Skip McBride.
I want everybody to go to the Wichita Falls Ballet to see the Nutcracker, a Christmas ballet, and I think I just wiped out my whole picture, but it's still at least 2 feet below the flood level stage and below the, what am I trying to say? Spillway. Thank you, spillway. Thank you, Bill. Hot damn, you know, there's one thing I never have any problem forecasting for our city.
No, next year we will not see any snow.
Skip McBride is the #1 weatherman in all of the great state of Texas.
Well, thank you, sir.
Did you call that rain that hit here? How many inches you have?
We had 3.11 at the station, and I called for about 1.5 inches.
It's wonderful.
And not only is it ugly, it's awful short, too.
Doesn't cover that belly, does it? Ooh, go ahead with the weather. Ooh, okay. They were tickling me. No. How about our weather? Thank you very much, Skip.
3, 2, 1. No, I'll count 3, 2, 1. 3, 2.
Skip.
Watching a train go by is a lot of fun, but I'm... Santa, can you hear me?
Merry Christmas, Skip.
All right, Merry Christmas to you, Santa.
Moisture beginning to move back from the west, and that moisture actually is...
This tornado has just struck an area in the Seymour Road and Farm to Market Road 369 area of Wichita Falls and is now moving to the east-northeast. Residents in the city of Wichita Falls have been advised to take cover.
Damn, we're good.
Go ahead, Ann. Just have
I didn't know you guys wanted me here for
yes,
this. Okay.
yes. You have some stuff. In 5, 4, 3.
News Center 3.
Ben Strickland at TV3. Here at the television station, every single employee is giving 1 hour's pay per month to the United Fund. We figure it's our fair share and hope you'll think the same way. Give to the United Fund through the payroll deduction plan.
All about people, it's all about heart. 50 years together, doing our part. Join the celebration, we're so proud to be growing strong in your community. This is for you, it's the way that you feel, celebrate every day. Texoma, KFDX, News Center 3. This is for us and the times that we share, all the joy and the tears, the people who care, celebrating 50 years together. KFDX, News Center 3. 50 years together.
Tom Crane, the weather vane. What a marvelous memory that is for me. Remember the first 20 years, Warren and Ben and I used liquid chalk to write on the weatherboard. We cut a little wick and put it in an Elmer's glue bottle, and sometimes it went everywhere. Today's weather presentation is fabulous by comparison. In the beginning, our slogan was, "There's more to see on Channel 3." Today, I think the management and ownership of Channel 3 has fulfilled that spirit and has truly made it a reality.
I'm Nat Fleming, and I hosted a country and western show from 1952 to 1958, long in there somewhere. You know, we didn't have any tape. We didn't have, oh, they had film, but who had enough money to buy film? It was live, but we had a gob of fun.
We've attached my Timex directly to the propeller blade, as you see here. Now we'll submerge it in the tank. And all right, let's go. Now, just imagine. The Timex watch on that propeller, let's lift her out, has been slashed through the water on that blade to the tune of 4,500 revolutions per minute. What a test for a waterproof, shock-resistant watch. It was such a test that it threw the watch off in the tank, and I'm very sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, because we had it all arranged so you would get a picture of that sweep hand still working, as it did perfectly during numerous rehearsals here tonight, I assure you. Next time, we'll fasten it more securely, and I'll show it to you right on the blade. It's one more reason why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world.
So you think there's going to be a next time, huh, John?
My name's Dale Terry. I worked out at Channel 3 from 1963 to 1970. It was back in the pioneering days then with a wind-up bell and hell and a film processor that was always broken down, and running through the studio trying to get the film on the air as the announcer was doing his first story. Sure would be nice to have the modern technology TV3 has now. Happy 50th birthday.
Together, KFDX, News and 50 years together.
It all began just before noon in downtown Wichita Falls. 31-year-old Willard Brent Conway of KMA, Texas, got tired of stopping at red lights and began ignoring them. After running several downtown stoplights during the busy noon hour and crashing through a quickly set-up police roadblock, damaging a police car, a pursuit began that went down Scott Street to the Jacksboro Highway and onto the Kell Frontage Road. As more officers joined the chase at 60 to 70 miles per hour, the caravan went through red lights, out Kell to the Seymour Highway. Officers tried to stop Conway several times, but only managed to damage the police cars they were driving. The chase turned into an escort to get Conway out of the city before causing an accident. After traveling 11 miles at high speeds, the chase ended on the KMA Highway after police shot out the tires. The car ran off the road and through a fence, but that wasn't the end of it. Conway was not ready to give up, even though he found himself confronted by several police officers with drawn guns. It took most of them to subdue Conway so he could be handcuffed and taken to jail. In all, about 10 police cars and at least 12 officers were involved in the chase and capture, which left 3 police cars damaged. After it was all over, police officials stated it was extremely lucky no innocent motorist was killed, and several charges would be filed against Conway, but not as many as could be. For News 3, this is Jerry Smith.
All the computers and this and that, it's all in the future, so to speak. But can you imagine a light bulb this big around that blew up every once in a while? A microphone this big around that had to be set just so. It's hard to realize how far television has come in these last few years, and I'm glad.
It's all about people. It's all about heart. 50 years together, doing our part. Join the celebration. We're so proud to be growing strong in your community.
Hello, Texoma. I'm Lynn Marshall. I was hired at TV3 back in 1980 by Don Alexander and Warren Silver. Off and on over the next 17 years, I served as anchor, reporter, marketing director, and news director. I've seen a lot of people come and go and a lot of changes at TV3, but oddly enough, Skip McBride still looks the same. Why do I feel older? Happy birthday, TV3, and thanks for some of the best memories of my life.
I'm Karen Vandiver.
And I'm Jerry Vandiver. You know, the first time I saw Karen was right here in the studios at KFDX TV. I was directing commercials at the time, and Karen was modeling.
And you remember the next time I came back to model, I had bridal gowns on.
Yep, I think it was all planned that way. But it's been a nice 40 years that we've been together.
And we want to say congratulations to Channel 3 for 50 years of being together.
It's best to take the top cans, Gene. Gene, I said the top cans.
But I want this one, Steve.
Right here. You can take that if you want, but if you do, you're just going to louse up the whole nice, neat demonstration. And there's no need to do that because every single can of Del Monte fruit cocktail is exactly the same. Every can is just brimming with wonderful big cuts of fruit. There's pineapple and peaches and cherries and pears and grapes, and it's great.
Yeah, well, that's all fine and dandy. But I want this can.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Beginner's luck. I bet you can never do that again. But, Gene, surely you want more than one can of Del Monte fruit cocktail, don't you? I mean, after all, there are so many ways to use fruit cocktail. So why don't you take it? Well, it just goes to show you grocers just can't keep Del Monte fruit cocktail on their shelves.
And for a bit of unpredictable country-style humor, dial Channel 4 at 11:30 for Dave and Charlie. This is WNBT, New York, Channel 4.
Today, January 14th, 1952, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are in NBC's World Communications Center in the heart of Radio City, New York. We are in touch with the world. We'll tell you what's happening today.
Here's today's front page story. The story of the inflammable explosive sweaters made from synthetic rayon, which have been exploding in 50 seconds.
Viva USA in your Chevrolet.
Hi, folks. I'm Joe Tom White. Been in the broadcasting, radio, television business in our community for the past 44 years. 50 years ago, this station signed on. Been doing business with them on the air and off all of these years, and certainly congratulate each and every one. The staff and management, the on the air, behind the scenes folks, the salespeople. It's a great place to do business. I've certainly enjoyed my association with these fine people, some that are gone on now. I'll tell you what, we say congratulations to those that are here at TV3 on 50 years of service.
There was a time when I was supposed to do the weather and the sports on a Saturday night, and we had 5 minutes for weather and 5 minutes for sports. And it was a big football weekend, and we had a lot of scores to get in there, and so I came up with the idea that I could do a 2-minute weathercast, and I'd have 8 minutes for sports. So I did that, got all the scores in that I wanted to, and there was a note on my desk when I got to work on Monday where Warren Silver said, "I need to see you in my office as soon as you get here." And when I got to the office, Warren said they paid for 5 minutes of weather, and they're going to get 5 minutes of weather no matter how many scores you've got to get on the air.
It's all about people. It's all about heart. 50 years together, doing our part. Join the celebration. We're so proud to be growing strong in your community. This is for you. It's the way that you feel. Celebrate every day. 'Cause this is what's real with the spirit of Texoma, KFDX, News Center 3. This is for us and the times that we share, all the joy and the tears, the people who care, celebrating 50 years together, KFDX, News Center 3. 50 years together.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
One of the most exciting things about being a television reporter is actually being there as the news happens. And I guess I've probably seen a little bit of everything over the years: fires, floods, tornadoes, crime scenes. But those stories that were always the most important to me were the ones where you could see the human spirit and what people overcame. That was always the best part because it meant the most to me. Congratulations, TV3, on 50 great years.
I'm Steve Holland. I worked for TV3 from December of 1968 until February of 1976 as a cameraman, reporter, assistant news director, regional news editor, sports director, and regular anchor for the 10 o'clock news and on the weekends. Congratulations, TV3, on 50 years of outstanding service to the Texoma community. I'm proud to have been a part of it.
All about heart. 50 years together, doing our part. Join the celebration. We're so proud to be growing strong in your community. This is for you. It's the way that you feel. Celebrate every day. 'Cause this is what's real with the spirit of Texoma, KFDX, News Center 3. This is for us and the times that we share, all the joy and the tears, the people who care, celebrating 50 years together, KFDX, News Center 3. 50 years together.
Hi, I'm Laura Von Lowe, former anchor for KFDX. Came in the early 90s, left, and came back with a different last name. I got married, had a son here, and chosen to live in Wichita Falls. People I met at KFDX were salt of the earth. They'll be my lifelong friends. So Happy anniversary, KFDX, the big 5-0. I'll always be proud to say, hello, Texoma.
KFDX, News and 50 years together.
Hi, I'm Bill Warren. I was privileged to work at TV3 from 1970 to 1992, first as weatherman, then as news anchor with Joe Snyder, Kim Stamps, and Cindy Bradford. I'm now in the Odessa Midland market at CBS 7, and I've met many friends who used to live and work in North Texas. Happy birthday, TV3, 50 years. Now that's good news, Texoma. Sleep well.
KFDX, News and 50 years together.
And a reminder to all of you who may have missed it, KFDX lost what some might call our heart and soul last night.
Everyone in this station and all of you watching are indebted to Warren Silver for his work on the air and in the community.
He can never be replaced and will never be forgotten for all he did.
Time it was, and what a time it was, a time of innocence, a time of confidences. Long ago it must be, I have a photograph, preserve your memories, they're all that's left you.
Hello everybody, Scott Kopenberger here. I'm in Minneapolis these days, but my heart is never far away from Texoma. I've got a ton of memories from my years at KFDX, but some of my favorite are about everyone's favorite, Skip McBride, like explaining his injuries after his Chihuahua viciously attacked him, or how he broke a bone while chasing a trash truck, how he took the ribbon in great stride. Happy 50th anniversary, KFDX. I'm proud to be a part of the memories.
Hello, I'm Skip McBride. I want everybody to go to the Wichita Falls Ballet to see the Nutcracker, a Christmas ballet, and I think I just wiped out my whole picture, but it's still at least 2 feet below the flood level stage and below the, what am I trying to say? Spillway. Thank you, spillway. Thank you, Bill. Hot damn, you know, there's one thing I never have any problem forecasting for our city. No, next year we will not see any snow.
Skip McBride is the #1 weatherman in all of the great state of Texas.
Well,
Skip,
thank you, sir.
Did you call that rain that hit here? How many inches you had?
We had 3.11 at the station, and I called for about 1.5 inches.
It's wonderful.
And not only is it ugly, it's awful short, too.
It doesn't cover that belly,
No.
does it? Ooh, go ahead with the weather. Ooh, okay. They were tickling me. No. How about our weather? Thank you very much, Skip.
3, 2, 1. No, I'll count 3, 2, 1. 3, 2.
Skip.
Watching the train go by is a lot of fun, but I'm... Santa, can you hear me?
Merry Christmas, Skip.
All right, Merry Christmas to you, Santa.
Moisture beginning to move back from the west, and that moisture actually is
Well, it certainly doesn't seem like 50 years since Tex and Sandy and I introduced the Western movies, and also the cartoons in the afternoons, as well as Pet Parade. But all I have to do to convince myself is look in the mirror, and then I realize it has been 50 years. 50 years. Congratulations, KFDX TV, Channel 3 on serving Texoma land for 54 years. Good luck for another ticket.
Good point. You can see anything you want to see there. You can be anything you want to be there. It's all free there, free for you and me there, but you've got to be there. Yeah, you've just got to be there. You feel free there. When Texoma wants to know, TV3's the place to go. Turn to KFDX. You've got to be there. Yeah, you've just got to be there. You'll feel free there. Get the weather play-by-play. All the news that's new today. It'll be you and me there. See what you want to see there. News and free there. Be there. It'll be you and me there. Got the traffic track so hot. See what you want to see there. TV3 there. Be there.
Here, what do we need to do first?
Oh, let me get that thing.
Oh, Bill, we need something right over there.
Water?
We need the water right over there.
I know.
One thing we forgot.
One more thing over there.
Okay, one more. We need what, the oil?
Yeah.
Okay, we need the oil, and then we'll be in business.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. Hey, thank you very, very much, Kit, for
You're
being
welcome.
with us today. We are out of time. That's all we have today on the new. Here, if you'll sit right there for just a second. We're through, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Join us tomorrow.
And now, Bill Warren, Linda Gelzer, meteorologist Jerry Eckhart, and Tim Matthews with sports. This is the 6 p.m. report.
Hey, like this.
It's a little short. It's nice. This looks like we were saying from the 30s or 40s.
And it's silk. J.R. Meredith from here in Wichita Falls gave me this, and not only is it ugly, it's awful short, too.
It doesn't cover that belly, does it? Ooh, go ahead with the weather. Ooh, okay. Hit me later.
Donna Lynn Hale from Glory, Texas sent this picture in.
I hear the door slamming right now. Skip is running down the hallway, and here he comes. I think this weather has him all in a tizzy and everything, but he's got it under control.
Here I come.
I'm sure that Andrew's wondering how much more he's going to get rained on out at the soccer tournament out there.
Not much.
You don't think so?
No.
It's going to get a little chilly, though.
It's going to get real cold. The winds are out of the north now. I do apologize for this, but this watch came in so late that I had trouble getting my forecast into the computer.
You said that we may have, what, 32 degrees by Saturday? Is that right?
It's possible to see. I am here to see some temperatures in the low 30s by Saturday.
Hello, I'm Cindy Bradford.
Read it.
What? What was that? Well, Skip is over here getting his mic.
This would be the day you bragged about him always.
Yeah.
I know,
I'm
and
always
he's not here. Let's get your
Don't
jacket
anybody
on.
look. I'm putting my coat
And
on
we don't
now.
even have severe weather out there. I think what, there's some rain in the area.
I have no there's not even any rain in the area.
No excuse. We'll mark that down. Okay, June 2nd.
I like the Bowie Country Club.
See, what do you like?
I should say, Bill, must apologize. I was watching that promo on you.
Now, cut that out.
We all got tickled. So anyway.
All right, I said we were going to mess this up. Let's go
We
have a
sure
breakfast
did.
forecast.
Tell you once again, who's bad?
Good touch. Now you can just look at each other, give her a big kiss, Ed. Come on.
We're going to jam at the Wichita County Fair tonight.
They're not going to need their background music.
What is local reaction to tonight's debate between Mark White and Bill Clements? Nightcast reporter Barry Levy will be going around the city tonight checking up on the reaction, and he'll have that story and more tonight on Newscast. And we'll be back at 10 o'clock for Nightcast, which is a newscast, but it's also a nightcast. I said newscast earlier when I meant Nightcast.
It's both. We knew what you meant.
Say goodnight, Leslie.
Good night, Leslie.
We'll have we'll have a good time this evening. That's great.
God, how to hook this on will be all right. Maybe. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny tush.
Okay, thanks very much, Skip.
That's our news for now. We'll see you right here tomorrow. Tonight at 10 o'clock. Whoops.
One of those times. Both of those times. You attend for Nightcast after the President speaks. The President's speech is expected to run until about 10:40. If he goes that late and not later than that, that's when Nightcast will be on. If he goes later than 10:45, we'll see you at 10 o'clock. Don't try and figure it out. Just believe me. We'll see you later.
It may not seem like the best treat, but to them it was high-class cuisine. That's from the back end shot there. That's our news tonight. You have a
That's good, Cindy. That's good. Back
Say
end to the front
Say
end.
good night, Bill.
Sleep well.
Detroit Tigers 1-0. That game is in the fourth inning. If I can stay on my stool, I'll go on here a minute. Toronto's ahead of Kansas City 8. All right, good luck to Jim Cluley on Saturday night. Those guys over there quit laughing at me. We'll get on with it. That's sports.
Make a note to get a seatbelt for Andy tomorrow for his tour.
Huh?
For your stiff drink? You need a partner for your stiff drink?
Yeah, I could use a drink, so if y'all want to go. Cut.
Jerry, thanks very much. Good report. Cindy?
The unemployment, Bill.
Oh, yes. It's not Cindy, it's Bill.
That's
I did
right.
it again. The area's unemployment rate took another slight drop last.
Reuben!
Reuben! Wake up, Reuben! Here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teen pregnancy. It won't happen to me. A special report tonight. No, I can't say that.
Linda Gelzer. The monitor's
Jim
on.
McBride and the monitor's on.
The monitor's on. The
No,
monitor's
it's not.
on. Yes, it is, isn't it? Oh, I've got on-air sound in my ear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Meet the clutch.
My name's Dale Terry. I worked out at Channel 3 from 1963 to 1970.
And in Focus, we're going to tell you about a ballet that's come into town that has the most painful consequences to men. It's called the Nutcracker. What?
Join us
Monday.
with your insurance. Monday at noon.
It's wonderful.
What do you think, Skip?
I think it will not hide this. My
You're scaling.
sunburn. I'm part snake, and it's not going to hide that. I can.
It's a lot less painful.
You ever tried Nair on the face? No, never tried Nair on the face.
Line on our payroll checks that allow fellow workers to see how much we make through the window of the envelope. And our liberal hire the handicap policy, which explains why we maintain an engineering department. We call it the Clay Way, where our motto, we may have to curtail, but we're not for sale.
Hey, look at that camera over here. I'll show you one of the fine running machines at Channel 3. Anyways, bring that mic over here.
What's the problem here?
Listen to this radiator. What do you hear? What do you hear? As the spokesperson for the newly reorganized employee committee, I'd like to tell you some of the changes you're going to be seeing at your station very soon. We're putting parking meters in the parking lot to pay for the aspirin everybody borrows from us. The old cart machine is missing. Coffee breaks will last as long as I say, and the news department will start fixing their own equipment. From now on, we'll be doing things the Dre way, where my motto is, if you can't rough it, you can stuff it.
I just love MDA.
We're not talking highly of the talent, so you might want to go away.
We're talking about Bill.
You want me to spell it out? They're talking about Bill and Cindy. I mean, I don't care. I'm an engineer, so it don't matter.
Tell me how much you admire and respect this Vista equipment.
Yeah, it's a piece of crap, man.
Trees, barns, and roofs of homes were involved. Volunteer firefighters, in addition, were...
Good point. All right. Good point.
Nearly 1,000 firefighters have joined the battle against a wildfire.
Carrie Hinkle?
watching KFDX News Center 3, celebrating 50 years together. Closed captioning on KFDX is brought to you by Hester Hearing Aid Center.
And welcome back, everyone. You know, the mystery has been solved, at least part of it. Our 50th anniversary archive clip yesterday has been identified by various viewers as an old Safeway on 9th, the United on Iowa Park, and other stores from the 1960s. But we tracked down one of the men in the clip, Earl Neighbors. He's the tall man in this clip. Now, he was a district manager for United in the 70s, but in this old film, he was the manager of the Hoagle's Food Line. That's Line, L-I-N-E, not Lion, which was on Caulfield in the building now occupied by Santa Fe Outlet. Now, Neighbors says Hoagle's was sold and became JRB in the early 70s. He said the owner, Lee Hoagle, seen here on the left, was one of the nicest men he ever knew. Also seen in the clip is store supervisor Ernest Roberts. Neighbors said Hoagle regularly organized grocery giveaway contests such as the one that you see here in the 60s. And today, Teresa Jameson of Iowa Park called to identify the mystery grocery grabber. She says it's her brother, Preston McClung, who won the drawing for the contest. She says he passed away in 1974. And two other viewers thought he resembled former MSU coach Ligon. So keep watching. We'll have more mystery archive clips throughout our anniversary year. Well, attention all vitamin.
Educated in a small town, taught to fear Jesus in a small town. Used to daydream in that small town. Another boring romantic, that's me. But I've seen it all in a small town. Had myself a ball in a small town. Met an LA dollar, brought her to this small town. That small town, just like me. What I want to be.
Every dollar for you.
Call in the strong arm.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. I'll come back now, dear.
Welcome back, everyone. The man one generation knew as a song and dance man. Another is Jed Clampett of the Beverly Hillbillies, and yet another.
Most is the little girl trying to practice piano, and the little one coming in and crying, howdy doody, and her and said, I can't practice.
Welcome back, everyone. There are people all over Texoma with old memories of TV3 and turning on their first TV for the very first time.
And many of them are helping us identify some of our old archive film for our 50th anniversary year, such as this film from the 60s of a unique traffic light that has a countdown in the middle light. Now, it had been tested in Abilene and was shown to reduce accidents because it showed drivers exactly how much time they had before the green changed to amber. But the experiment didn't last long. Several viewers called and said the countdown lights were installed at Scott and Hines in the mid-60s. One viewer says the reason they removed the stoplight was that teens were using it as a timer for drag racing on Scott. Now, so far, we haven't found anyone with the city who could tell us how long the light was used and when they decided to remove it. But if someone has it now, they probably have a pretty valuable antique. The building.
Celebrating 50 years together, KFDX.
Happy 50th anniversary, Texoma. From me, Mr. Food. 50 years of serving Texoma, you've sure found the recipe for success. Yeah, things have really changed in the kitchen in 50 years. Back then it was slow, easy, lots of gravy, homemade bread. Now it's all about convenient shortcuts for the tastiest homemade in a hurry. Well, over the years, the names and faces have changed, but one thing that stays the same is together we keep the great times and tasty food coming. Let's keep cooking for another 50. Ooh, it's so good.
Well, if you were with us at 5 o'clock, I had snow in the forecast for Monday, so I thought you might get a kick out of this. This is back in December of 1963. This is kind of a reminder just to tell you that eventually cooler weather will return to Texoma. Of course, I'm not going to guarantee we're going to have enough snow for Santa to get here. Santa will get here, snow or not, but it would be nice to see some snowfall, wouldn't it? Especially, say, in the next 24 hours. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Union's